right, and welcome to Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions. I have a bunch of guests to introduce. I have Denzel Snipes of Sideline Sports, Lions Rumble 81, Lorenzo. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you? How are you, man?
We got Main Event Mike of the Main Event 365 podcast. We got Day Day of Bandit Sports.
What up? Top flight security of the world, Craig.
We have Kneecap Villain Keegan.
What's up? Let's bite these kneecaps.
Yes, and Neil, aka the Bandit, also of Bandit Sports on YouTube.
The Kang is here.
And we got the guy, Mike Kimber of Lions Nation Unite. How's it going?
It's going great, man. One pride. Let's get this thing started.
And Sky of Bandit Sports as well. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I'm good.
Happy to
So
be
Hanging
here.
in there, not clapping no cheeks.
Been a while. I got it. Real good to be back, man. Thanks for the invite. Been a while since I've been on the panel for everybody, but we're here to talk about some Lions ball. I said it. I said at the beginning of the season. I still maintain it. The divisions the Lions to lose. A long time coming. It's got to figure out. Really glad for y'all's team. So, let's get some Lions talk in.
Yeah. So that being said, who are your top five players on offense? I'm going to start with Denzel. I'll work my way around, and then I'll work in reverse for the defense.
Oh man. Well, of course it's gonna be golf. The one that's leading the pack. Second, I'm gonna go with Sun God. Probably an obvious choice. You know. Third, I'm gonna go with Jameer Gibbs, and actually third and fourth, I'm gonna say Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. You talk about two speed backs, and this is a two-man punch, and I know that they're running a pass-heavy system here, but I'm here to say that if Montgomery can come back and you can get him going, Goff won't have to throw the ball 30 times a game. And you look at what you did to the Raiders. You see what I mean? Now, just imagine if Montgomery was healthy and does Gibb eat as much? Yeah, but so does Montgomery,
So
The fifth, I'm going to have to go with my boy Sam Laporta, man. He's showing out right now, man. He,
Laporta
he,
Potty.
he, he's showing so much
Sammy.
ass. He should have females throwing money at him and everything. And Sam Laporta, yeah, that's my dude. And I know, Hawkinson went to the Lions and everything. Hey, listen, sound replacement, And Dan Campbell's going to be the hardest on him because he's a tight end by nature. That's the beautiful thing. So he really about to be a dog. But that's my top five Lions right now.
I appreciate that. Lions Rumble, what you got for me?
I got to go with golf, and then I got to give that old line some love. Panay has been playing possessed. Shout out to him. And then yeah, man, I'm on Raw, of course. And then I got another lineman. I got to give it up to the OG, man. I got to give it up to Graham, man. Graham has been playing
Very
better than
good.
I thought he was going to play. He's playing with pride. You could tell he wants to be a part of this. So shout out to Graham. And then obviously I got to go with, um, you know what? I'll go with Netflix. I think he's had some moments where he's been shining and he's been brilliant to say the least. So yeah, those are my guys right there, man. I think that O line has definitely been doing their thing this year.
All right. Keegan, what you got for me?
I got St. Brown, man. He's been all over the place at number one. Two, I'm gonna say Goff, because when you have a good receiver like St. Brown, that means you have a good quarterback in Goff throwing the ball to him at all times. Then three, I'm gonna take Monty. Man, he came out and he played well in Chicago with a bad O line. Now he comes here with a good O line and he plays a lot bet a lot better than he played last year. And the four, I'm gonna take Laporta. He's People were saying that Hawkinson was a blocking tight end. It was a blocking tight end, and he wasn't. And Laporta came out of the same college, and he's a dual threat. And 5, I have to give it to the third down man, Josh Reynolds.
Mm.
First one to call him out. I was hoping he'd go uncharged. Yeah, real quick before I get to Day, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody in the chat. We got Wayne Shirk, Will Vogel, King SJ, Patty Grimes. Thank you guys. I will get to your chats in just a second. Right now, I'm going to get main events top 5.
Oh, top 5. I'm going to go Goff, obviously. Monty, Laporta for what the other panelists have said. Josh Reynolds, I also was going to say, he's got like over 50 yards in like 5 straight games. He's just been clutch, super clutch. But man, one of my favorite Lions, Khalif Raymond. He might only have 2 or 3 catches in the game, but they're always big catches. He really helps us out in the punt return game too. Just a great teammate. You can see everyone loves him, especially when it's time to celebrate. He's right there in every pile. So I love Khalif Raymond too. I got to call him out.
Cool. Neil, who you got?
All right, let me start off by saying I call the offensive players my white knights, and I call my defensive players my black knights. My top 5 white knights of this first half of the season. I'm gonna start off with first down, touchdown, Josh Reynolds. Every catch he get, first down, touchdown. We're gonna keep that going. Keep that. Number 4, I got my boy Sam the Porta Potty, because he be shitting on defenders. You feel me? He come out there, he bloop, 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 and he do his thing. You feel me? And my man Sam the Porta Potty. Let's see. Third, let's give it up to them running backs, man. A little dual threat. That's what I call them, the dual threat. They both don't shank you. Gibbs and Monty, do your thing. 4 goes to that whole front 6. I call front 6 because they keep rotating in players when they hurt, but they all still hold it down. And number 1, y'all know who it is, my MVP, Jared Goff, baby. That's my top 5 right there. And they gonna do their thing for the second half. That's my white knights. Go ahead, Jeremy. Pass it to somebody next.
Hey, Jeremy, I got to jump up here and go over to GoDaddy and get laportapotty.com. I'll be
The
right back.
Porta Potty.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Mike, who you got?
Oh, yeah, I'm going Jared Goff. You have to go Jared Goff there, playing like a top 10 quarterback. We're not doing what we're doing. Taylor Decker, I'm going to show him some love, protecting his blind side. Very important to have him there. Penei Sewell, the other side, holding that offensive line has really made this offense explode. Amon-Ra, first down. All he does is get first downs. Got to show love to the guy. He's sick. He balls out. And it's in no particular order. It's not like one is higher than the other. But I like Sam Laporta and Josh Reynolds right there. They're both just killing it. Just both killing it.
Nice. Sky, who are your top 5?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's pretty much said exactly who I'm going to say here.
I'll
Jared,
get
number
you,
1.
Day.
Obviously, Jared, number 1. Saint, number 2. Laporta, number 3. And then Sewell and Decker, because they've just been outstanding on the outside. And then honorable mention, Hutch and Monty. If Monty wasn't hurt, he'd be in the top 5. He wasn't banged up for the last couple of weeks just because he was doing so well. But and Hutch, I mean, if he wasn't getting double teamed every fucking other play, he'd have more sacks. So he'd be in my top 5. But hell yeah.
Day.
We said offensive, Sky. We said offense.
Yeah, Ferrari, that offense, baby.
Did we only say offensive players right now?
Yeah.
We said offense.
Okay, I'm sitting here wondering, like,
Oh, my
why aren't you
bad.
guys naming any of these defensive studs we got going
All
right
right.
now?
Then take Hutch out. I
My
don't even
top
care.
5, my top 5 offensive players right now. Goff. Goff, I mean, he's showing his ass as you're playing. I mean, top 5. He's got to be top 5 in the league right now. Let's see here. We'll go Amon-Ra, Sammy. I gotta go with Glasgow, man. He has been our savior this year. Like, we've had so many injuries going down from Vitae to Jonah to Frank. He's been able to play. I mean, he's played Vitae in Frank's spot. He didn't play Jonah's spot. And then 5, Monty. I mean, Monty literally runs our offense. Our offense is Monty. Our offense has been kind of down since I wouldn't say down, but it's been kind of like lackluster since he's gone down until this previous game. So I got to give it to Monty.
All right. I'm going to go address all the chat real quick, and then I will give my take, and then we'll get into the defense.
That blew my mind. I thought we were just ignoring the defense.
Patty Grimes says, "What's up, guys?" Wayne Shirk says, "I'm so geek. I'm buying playoff tickets when available and traveling 800 miles for our first playoff win in 32 years. Go Lions!" Will Vogel, hi everyone. King SJ, every evening all. Patty Grimes says Goff, St. Brown, Laporta, Montgomery, and Reynolds. King SJ says Goff, Sun God, O-line, Laporta, and Monty. And James Burgess, for the last comment here that I see, make sure that's right. Yep, Goff, Panay, Amon-Ra, Josh, Monty, honorable mention to Rags and Decker. I am doing the O-line in general. Is my number 5 because without them, we're not running or passing. 4, I got Laporta. 3, I am giving it up to Josh Reynolds. 2, I got to say it's the running back room in general. And then a combination of Goff and Sun God at a tie at number 1 for me.
Mm.
Wow. That's like 10
Because
people.
I
if
know he said
no,
the entire team on
no,
offense.
no,
He
I left a
really
few
did.
out. I left out Raymond. I left out. I
You
left.
left off 3 people, bro.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I left off MJJ just like the Lions
Uh,
did.
Jesus.
Ah, come on. That's a shot, man. Hey, prayers to his
Oh,
family. Prayers to your family, Marvin.
Yeah. I got you. But you know what? I understand he has got family issues. Thank God it isn't what everybody said it was
Oh, it's not
because
that? Okay, cool.
it's
Cool, cool,
not
cool.
that. That
Okay, cool.
happened in 2019. That was a repost of something from 2019. He did not have another child pass away. Thank God. It's just family issues. One guy made a joke and said he heard that his wife was doing the pool boy. And I was like, that's just wrong.
That would be fucked up.
wow.
But anyway, Sky, who are your top 5 defensive players?
I mean, defensive players, honestly, Cam Sutton at number 1,
That's
Hutch
Mm.
number 2, Tracy Walker number 3, Brian Branch number 4, and I mean, as of late, Ali McNeil.
Okay. Mike?
Yeah, he definitely. I love the Aleem McNeil pick. He has just been done a phenomenal job since being here. I got to throw him in the mix for sure. Just amazing. Cam Sutton been locked down. You're not hearing a lot from him, and that's a damn good thing. Means he's doing a really good job. Great addition. Alex Anzalone. Now I'm calling him Alex Saxalone. Right there has been great. He's playing at a Pro Bowl level right now. It's amazing to see what this man is doing right there. Aiden Hutchinson, how can you not throw him on the list? It's Aiden Hutchinson, man. He's done a really, really good job for them. And Brian Branch. You have Brian Branch in this book. This guy's
Gotta
just
be
great.
there. He's
Yeah.
gotta be
a
there.
branch beast in the right now, man.
Yeah. All right. Neil, who are your 5?
My top 5 Black Knights. Let's start number 5. That man who be out here hitting, Tracy Walker. I don't want to hear it, Jerm. Tracy Walker. Then got to put Hutch in there. You know Hutchinson be doing his thing, Shout out to Kirby Josie for getting an interception other than Aaron Rodgers. So I'll put Kirby Joseph up there. Thor. Got to put Thor. And that man shut down Cam.
All right.
Boy, doing that work.
That works. Main event, Mike?
Oh yeah, got to be Aiden Hutchinson, right? I mean, guy's a beast. He's coming all the time, double teams every play. He's still up there, top of the league in pressures. And, you know, they all feed off of his energy, no doubt about it. Derek Barnes having the best year of his career so far. And I like what Mike said. Anzalone's playing out of his mind, wearing the green dot out there, getting everyone set, doing a great job of being the captain of the defense. And, you know, you got to go Brian Branch. I mean, the fact that he doesn't play for the Green Bay Packers is twice as sweet because they absolutely could have had him. And it's a nod of a tip of the cap to our GM for fleecing him on draft day to secure what is one of the best Swiss Army knife guys you'll see. I mean, the guy can play safety. He's a nickel corner, right? I mean, he's playing the slot corner right now. So he's great around the line of scrimmage. Even what's Jerry Jacobs been playing very above his head. His best year is the line as well. So I think that's 5.
Okay. Day.
I got a surprise here. Bugs is my number 5. Since Bugs got put back into that lineup after week 2, this defense has changed. And then I got to go Tracy Walker for the same reason. Once CJ went down and Tracy Walker got in, we've been pretty much just, I mean, a total 180 on defense.
Solid.
Total 180. I got to go Aleem, number 3. I mean, he's just been balling the past couple weeks. Anzalone's my number 2. I've never understood. Hey, here we go. I've never understood the hate around Anzalone. Even last year, he was good. I mean, he misses a lot of tackles. Don't get me wrong; he's not very good in coverage, but he's
You just answered the question, right?
yeah, right. I understand that, man. But the dude is.
He's better this
I mean,
year. I'll tell you
he's
that.
He's
every
better
he
this
would
year.
He's improved
he's
this
been
year. I'll tell you
phenomenal
that.
this year. He was even last year. He was everywhere. Anzalone was everywhere. He's been everywhere since he's been here. He's been one of our most consistent players on defense, if you really think about it. I'm not putting that bum Derek Barnes on our list. Like if Sky can tell you that I don't like Derek Barnes, so he's not on my list at all. And I see improvements out of him, but he's got a long way to go with me.
His role is slowly decreasing too.
Yeah, Campbell's starting to get some of his snaps. I gotta go shut down Cam, and then I don't know how many that is. If that's 4 or 5 or what, but I'm throwing Brian Branch in there.
All
I
right.
don't have Hutch there, and I'm gonna get crucified for it, man. But yeah, he's got pressures. But he's just don't have the numbers, if you know what I mean. Like, don't have the sacks. Just, to me, Hutch is in kind of a sophomore slump, I guess. Not like a slump, but he's definitely not
The
performing.
season ain't over with yet.
I know
He's
it
at
ain't.
4.5.
Ali
Hey,
McNeil's
guess-
doubled his sack total, and that's a direct result of Aiden Hutchinson.
Right, I understand.
Ding,
But he's
ding,
making an
ding.
impact for these other guys. Like he's allowing the Aleems to get free. He's allowing that. But if you want to
For when
talk
he puts
about like
double
if
teams.
my
Yeah.
my top 5, like like I see week to week basis making plays, I don't have Hutch on there. Like Hutch is probably making tremendous impact across that D line. But he's not
Hey.
making plays enough for me to be in my top 5.
That's true.
Okay.
Consistency. It does seem there are some games where he disappears, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, like you guys said, he's getting double teamed and chipped. So he may beat the double team, but then boom, he's running into not a linebacker, but a running back right afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
I'm
time
glad-
for somebody else on that defensive line to
Okay,
step up.
wait. I'm glad he brought that up because I am going to give a key next gen stat. Hutchinson is second in being double teams in the league, tied with Myles Garrett, and first in being triple teamed.
He was that way. He was last year. He had the same. I don't know about the triple team, but I know about
the
the double
triple
team.
team wasn't
That's-
there, but the double teams, he was tied with Garrett last year for the most in the league. Now they're tied for second. The only one that gets double team more than them
Bosa.
on the D line, Max Crosby.
Oh.
That's interesting.
right.
You couldn't tell that Monday.
That's interesting. You
Free
mentioned
and
those.
pop a
What are you talking
jam
about?
out.
He wasn't even the one that got a sack. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about the sack. I'm talking about when he had the free run and he popped Jamo in the backfield like it was going out of style.
Oh,
But-
that's a
That's-
run play.
Jeremy, that's interesting. You mentioned that regarding Hutch and Garrett, seeing as TJ is your reigning DPOY.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, anybody see
So-
the play he made last night with no
Oh, yeah.
helmet? Bro,
Oh,
that
yeah.
dude is a monster.
Just like his brother.
Yup.
Keegan
From the
said-
Texans fan right here. Just like his brother. You
Yeah.
know?
All right, Keegan, who's your top 5 on defense?
I'm gonna say 1 is Branch, 2 Hutch, 3 Cam Shutdown, 4 Aleem, and 5 Jay Jacobs. He stepped up big time when E-Man went down.
Hey, he's tied with interception leader Devin Witherspoon right now.
Crazy.
Man, don't bring up that name, man. That hurt. That's that.
Crazy.
I know.
Oh, man. I
Because if
watched.
he'd have been there at 6, we weren't trading back, which means no Jameer Gibbs. So that is one point. I'll
I
admit.
see. I don't know about that.
I
don't-
know for a fact.
I've got a theory about that. I think they wanted Gibbs so bad that they would have took Witherspoon at 6, and they would have figured out some way to
Trade
get
back
up
up.
and take that 8.
That means
18.
we weren't getting somebody, is what I'm getting at. We were losing
Zach Campbell?
somebody if Witherspoon was at 6, either Campbell or Laporta or Branch.
Right, because when we traded back to 11, we acquired what, the 34th pick?
That's how we got
The
Laporta.
34th.
That's how we got
the
Laporta.
34th and the 48th, which we traded up
to get Brian Branch.
Like what we
Okay.
got now compared to what getting Witherspoon, I'd rather have what we have now than
Amen.
Witherspoon.
So,
Mhm.
Lions Rumble,
Agreed.
who are your top 5?
Yeah, gotta go with Cam, obviously. Brian Branch, obviously. Um, and I'm gonna throw a commission there. For he's kind of that Swiss Army knife on that too, man. He plays his position, he plays his gap, um, and
He has no club.
he somehow always manages to be around the ball. Um, so and then obviously got to go with that secondary, man. I don't know whoever they put back there. I'm those guys make plays, so I'm gonna have to go. Whether Jacobs is back there or
If he might have
Tracy
found
Walker,
him.
man. It's just they know that secondary is getting confidence at the right time because now teams are going to start throwing the ball and yeah. So I got to go with that secondary. I can't just put one person in there.
Shout
But
out
yeah,
to our DB coach Dre Bly for that.
yeah, man, Dre
Amen. Amen.
Mhm.
and
Hallelujah.
AG, yeah, man, AG and Dre, they yeah, man. No fly zone has been implemented right now, man. So shout out to them, man.
All right, Denzel, you're up.
Well, I'll keep it short. Everyone pretty much, said everything. First one, I gotta give it to Killer Cam, because one thing that people tend to forget about defensive backs is, and they tend to measure, like stats. I'm not mad at that, okay? You know, but the measure of a good defensive back, good to great one, is how many times the quarterback doesn't throw your way.
Right,
You know,
Preach, brother,
right.
preach.
that means he's locking things down. He's doing his job. So I got to give it to Killer Cam, number one. Number two, I'll probably have to give it to Brian Branch. You need that nickel corner that's going to get the job done. You know what I mean? So he's very, very solid. And then I'm going to cheat a little bit. As far as the other three, you can pick any three off of that pass rush. Hutch, Benito, Barnes. I mean, you name it. They're in the mix. They're in the backfield. I just watched them terrorize Garoppolo the other day and should probably get thrown in jail for what they did. This Lions pass rush is fierce. It's fierce. They are not to be played with. So I'm gonna say, you know what? It's on y'all. Pick any three to from the pass rush to be in there. But I'm a huge fan of it. It's bringing back the days when Sue and the line used to get back there, and not that many years after Sue left, it's like they pick up where they left off. Man, I'm loving the Lions defense right now.
All right. I'm going to go through for a little bit of the chat here for a minute. James Burgess says Hutch, Aleem, Cam, Branch, co-fives with Anzalone Barnes and exceeds expectations for Jerry Jacobs too. UDFA, zero kappa hit. Mother ain't always there, but he's getting it done. Uh, Johnny Cash singing about Anzalone. I've been everywhere.
I've
Derek
been
Burns has played well.
everywhere.
Derek Barnes has played well, but his snap count has been hit since the Campbell's uptick, and that's true. King SJ says Anzalone, Hutch, Branch, Aleem, and Sutton. Old saying regarding Hutch, two's on me, someone's free.
100,
Facts. 100. I like
100.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that right there. I'm gonna have to mark
Love
that.
it.
Patty
Yeah.
Grimes came
Except
up
for
and
in
said
four-man
Hutch,
rush.
Quarter of the night, man.
Hutch, Sutton, Branch, McNeil, and Alex. And then Greg Rice gave me his. Five is Brian Branch, four Jerry Jacobs, three Hutch, two Aleem, and one is Anzalone. All right, I'm going to start with my number five, and it's Bugs because until he interjected that lineup, I mean, we were doing good against the run, but we weren't doing anything for pressure those first two games. I mean, Mahomes was breaking away. He wasn't getting a lot of yards, but he was actually doing what Mahomes does, getting outside the pocket and trying to complete passes. He just didn't have anybody that could catch. Uh,
Shout
thus,
out
what
Kadarius
was it?
Toney.
Yeah, Kadarius Stonehands Drboni.
Hmm.
That being said, uh, so let's see, what four? I got Hutch. And it's because he takes on the double and triple teams, which frees someone else up. Now, granted, that only works when AG calls up a scheme that involves stunts and actual blitzing.
Right?
No matter what you say, Neil, that's the truth.
So one out of every 3 weeks.
Yeah, one yeah, it's like he
Hey,
does it
hey,
one
hey,
week, and he's
hey,
doing
hey,
it.
hey, hey, hey.
It's the
He's
quarterbacks.
not
He doesn't
joking
do it.
though. Yeah, he's
Y'all right,
yeah,
y'all right, y'all right, y'all
yep.
right. Can't be as bully
Three,
today. Y'all right.
Good quarterback.
Jerry
He pushes
Jacobs.
down his leg.
3 is Jerry Jacobs, 100%. That man, and then number 2 is Cam Shutdown. Number 1 for me, and I'm still calling him that, but for a different reason, it's Annalise. And the reason why it's Annalise is because he shot through the line like he was lubed up, just
Oh
penetrated.
boy.
I
Oh
thought you called them
man.
anal beads at first. Somebody say what?
Oh man.
I'm going right out the pint on that note.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, there we go.
She's
All
a
right.
break. She's a break.
So, what
Leave it
was?
to Jeremy.
I've always got to have a Jeremyism in there.
This is why I mess with him, man.
Hey, all right, we're gonna start with Denzel. What was your favorite play so far of the season that you've seen out of the Lions?
Man.
Because if
I'm
someone
glad I'm
says
not
it,
first. I'm glad I'm not first.
Oh, I got mine.
if somebody says it, I got a video. And if they say the right one.
AG
Ooh,
blitzing
man.
a quarterback.
Favorite play. Man, one that comes to mind was because Sun God's first game back from his injury was at Bucks, right?
Yep.
His touchdown.
Oh, when Reynolds hit that block and freed
Yep.
him up, man, I
Mm.
wish I had that
Because
video.
that was, and you know what? It probably was more so the block than the actual touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Because
Yes,
because
sir.
Reynolds came out of nowhere.
out of
You
nowhere,
talk about
It was the
hey,
block
Big play.
king.
if
Big
It was
play.
block king. That
any-
everybody blocked that goddamn play. Everybody from Josh.
everybody
Everybody
did.
blocked that play.
And let me
At
tell you something.
the
If
middle
you,
linebacker, when he was crossing, was blocked by JMO.
yes,
Josh Reynolds took out the next guy. And then
yes,
Reynolds, he gets around that corner, and that safety and the corner's coming up. And Reynolds just comes up, chips the corner, and takes the safety out.
yes.
JMO's
If
gone.
you were to teach somebody how to throw a downfield block, that's how you do it right there. Also, I got one more tied, and y'all forgive me, I forget the game, but JMO had an over-the-shoulder cell phone catch. Y'all know what I'm talking touchdown. Y'all know which
Are
one
you
I'm talking
talking
that
about?
about.
was
Wait, are
Tampa.
you talking?
Goff looking deep, wants it all. Jamison Williams looking for the ball. Got it! Touchdown!
Was that it? Was that it when he just turned around, caught it like this on the opposite
Yeah, that
side?
was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. That was it right there. He turned around and kind of, but that was great. That was awesome right there. JMO is definitely, if y'all don't deem him y'all's number 2 right now, he's gonna be.
He will
But
be. He's got to develop those hands a little more. And
he
and what
does.
I'm hearing,
And all it
out of
is
camp.
just a little bit of refining and practice. That's it, and that's what they do. That's their job, like develop, let them develop them players. But if this is what y'all getting out of JMO just off of raw talent, oh shoot!
You don't watch us on a week-to-week basis, do you?
No, he don't.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
great.
okay.
It's great to hear, dude. It's honestly great to hear from a random fucking person.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Lions.
mean, of course I catch the lines when I do and everything, but when I do, I'm loving what I see, and especially with that downfield block play that I was talking about. But
All right.
go ahead, man.
Lions Rumble, what's your favorite play so far this season?
I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna go week 1. Brian Branch pick 6 on Pat
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yes.
Sir.
That's his coming out party. Straight up rookie. Introduced himself to the rest of the league, man. He gonna be there. He's going. Yeah. That's got by far
I
my best
got
play.
a perfect still that I found, and I'm going to be putting that in my intro, and it shows when Branch sticks his hand up and palms that ball,
It was sick.
skipping off of Kadarius Stonehands Jabroni.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was like perfect eye-hand coordination. It was like, oh, for me? It was like, oh, let me.
All
Thank
right,
you.
main event.
And he was already
Give me
gone.
yours.
Main event, Mike. Well, obviously, not every day you pick off Patrick Mahomes, okay? And it's not every day that a rookie DB gets his first career interception off Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead on opening day. That's a miracle play. It's amazing. That one's got to win, right?
Something you dream about, you know what I mean?
Right. So I will give a second place vote here to the reverse flea flicker to Sam Laporta. Another rookie, and I see. Don't you see this recurring theme in everything that we're talking about? It's these rookies showing out for this team.
Yes,
it's going to be a historic draft. 2022 is going to go down as a historic draft for the Detroit Lions, and we're seeing it play out right here before our eyes. But the reverse flea flicker, burned everybody. Devin Witherspoon, welcome to the NFL, my friend. Right? So
No,
is
that
that
was
right?
that
that
was against Carolina. That was
I
Carolina.
mean, what was the one they burned Devin Witherspoon on a flea flicker too, didn't they? They
Yeah.
absolutely did.
That was Sam Laporta.
They absolutely did. That welcome to the
That
the
was
league,
his
Brooke.
that was his first
Turns out to be a
touchdown of the
great
year.
corner so far as a rookie, but that he got burnt. Welcome to the league, buddy. They dialed that up on him.
Good play.
Great
It was a
play.
good play.
Day
Oh,
Day.
show.
Yeah,
What's
that wasn't
yours?
the reverse flea flicker though. I'm sorry, I got that confused.
Yeah.
My-
This way I
my-
got to feel good about y'all team because he said the 2020 draft, right? All youngsters. And in 2022, y'all finished 9-8. One game out the playoffs. And then look at him right now.
Right.
half a game out.
Yeah.
Half a game out of being first overall.
Yeah.
My favorite play of the season, it's not a touchdown. It wasn't nothing super exciting. It just showed me the improvement in my quarterback. I want to say it was like 2nd and 22 against the Chiefs. And Goff threw an absolute laser into Amon-Ra and brought it into, I think it made it like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 after that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an absolute laser. And that showed me improvement in Goff right there. Right then and there, I was like, all right, Goff's got it this year. So that was my favorite play. Of course, Branches is up there and Laporta is up there.
Right.
Jamos is up there just because I like the call. The way Kevin Burkhardt called that, man.
That was great.
Yeah.
That's true.
But you
Looking
know what
for the
was better
ball.
is when I heard it on the ticket and you hear Dan Miller calling it from
Dan's is
the
better.
radio booth. His call was so much better. Keegan, what's your favorite play of the season so far?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say last year I'm gonna reverse this. Last year my favorite was the one-handed pick by Hutch.
Yes.
He did that
Now
again
this
this year.
year, I am calling Jahmyr Gibbs' first touchdown.
Oh, when he did that
Good
against
one.
the Ravens at 23 yards, I think it was, or
Yeah.
26, something like that. Oh, it was 26 because it was just outside the red zone.
hmm
All right, Neil, what's your favorite?
If y'all know me, y'all know I like big hits.
Here
Like
we
when
go.
somebody poof, you know what I mean? And flex on them. That boy Tracy Walker against that Buccaneers game. Boy, when he
Oh, when he took
I
Godwin
love my
out.
big
When
hits.
he
Hey
took
man, he
Godwin
laid
out.
Godwin out. He took the God out of Godwin in that one.
Ooh, and flexed on him,
He
bro.
hit him
That was
so
I love
fast.
big hits,
He
bro.
hit him so fast and so hard they threw a flag and had to review it to see if he hit him
Yeah.
helmet to helmet. Remember
That's when
that?
you know you a bad mother sucker, man. For real.
Mike?
Bad my boy Tracy.
Mr. Mike, what is your favorite one?
No, it's not a touchdown. It's not something that you probably seen, but it set the tone for the whole season. It showed that we're legit and we ain't messing around. Going for it on our own territory at Kansas City, 4th down snake. Getting that first down, it set the whole tone for the season. It says
That was beautiful.
we ain't playing. We're coming to win, and we're very strong. And I'm gonna do a second one is Craig Reynolds' block. Holy crap! Where St. Brown got that touchdown. Those are my two favorite.
And what was so crazy that the whole team showed up. You talk about selflessness. That's the definition of a championship team. And
That's why
so many, you guys brought it up. Everybody had blocks in that play.
that's why
We just remember that huge
that's why
play.
they love Reynolds, man. That's why
Right.
Reynolds made it out of camp. Yeah, Reynolds literally defines this team.
Knocked him out of his
Absolutely.
boots, bro.
Hey, there he goes. Jay Burgess says, I changed my best play of the first half, fake punt on our own territory at Arrowhead. And you already called it out. That was great. All right, Sky, what was your favorite play?
Favorite play. Favorite play of the year was last week when we were on like our 18-yard line and it was like 4th and 4 and we kicked a field goal.
Hey, but you gotta admit, in the last 4 weeks, we're doing more of that
Yeah.
than not.
And then my second and then Jeremy, this is your favorite play too for other reasons, dude. Them running the ball then letting Jared Goff throw the ball to the wrong side and then letting Riley kick a 50-plus yarder from the wrong hash. Those are my two favorite. Those are my two favorite plays. He didn't make that, bitch. He missed it to the right.
He
missed
missed
it.
it.
He missed
Yeah.
Oh, you're
missed
talking
it.
about okay. You're talking about game 4. I thought you were talking about
I'm
last
surprised
week.
nobody said the James Goff RPO.
Oh, that's
Oh.
I
He
was
looked
like Michael Vick.
I was really thinking about that one too, Neil. But that one,
I have
the
three favorite plays. I get you,
27
Sky.
yard kick is woo.
Yep. I have three favorite plays, and it starts going back last week when they sat Benito Jones' fat, lazy butt down and let Broderick Martin eat the whole half of the offensive line so they could get a tackle behind the line to stop Josh Jacobs getting into the red zone. That was huge. I mean, he had three guys on him, and they just couldn't stop him. He's bull rushing him back, and next thing you know,
He's a
I mean,
continent, man. He is a continent for real. Guy's huge.
the other one, of course, the Branch pick six. But I can't believe nobody said this. The Jared Goff RPO versus Atlanta.
Just admit it.
Come
Like
on,
Michael Vick out there.
He looked like Lamar Jackson from 9 yards out.
Oh man.
He just couldn't jump in the stands though.
Wait, it's Gerard Jackson.
Gerard Jackson. Lamar Goff.
He looked like a newborn baby giraffe.
Oh,
I mean, you know
He really
he's
didn't flop
bad.
his way in there, and
Just
then he
playing
tried
a
to
bad
flop his way up
division
the
when
fucking
you make
up
Goff
the.
look like Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Someone in
man.
the chat called out
That
the
was
Jared
awesome.
RPO, which was beautiful. Yes, I saw that, but it was my number one already going in. That was my favorite play
So
of the
you
season.
got three
I took
plays.
three.
So Jeremy,
I
you
just
got
did
three
my
plays.
top three because you guys mentioned all of the ones I really like.
I got
Okay.
one more. The lady who lifted up Jameer
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
Did you see
Like,
it? It looked
He
like
wanted
she
the
picked him
deep.
up like a baby. It was like, whoop, there you are. Come on.
yeah,
She can pick me up too.
Hell,
Hey,
yeah.
I feel
Yoga
you on
looks
that,
like
bro.
it does her wonders.
She picked him up like she was at the pick a husband store. Like, yep, this one.
Yeah, she was with her
Nine.
like a Bill the Lion.
Wanted that deep.
I'll take this one.
So I'm going to call out something I said on Main Event Mike show with Russell Wayne prior to the season, and it happened this week. And it happened on the week I called it. I said by the bye week, Trevor Nowaske would be called up to the active roster.
Okay, wait a minute, Jeremy. I've heard him as Cleo, but what are you now?
I'm Nostra.
Call me now.
I am
Who are
Nostra
you?
dumbass.
I get credit for that one.
That's for sure.
Yes, you do. But anyways,
Sky,
you said there was no way that was happening with the depth on this roster. Remember that, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, but Devine Ozigbo was released, which tells me one thing. David Montgomery's rib cartilage tear is healthy because they're not going to run with just Gibbs and Reynolds out there.
Right.
Devine Ozigbo was released.
Ooh,
Rodrigo's playing fullback now, so they had a hole on special teams because, Kabinda can't stay healthy to save his contract. So they called up Trevor Nowaske to fill up for Rodrigo on special teams so that Rodrigo can focus on being a fullback. That is what I'm thinking has happened. Because Trevor Nowaske was blowing it up in special teams in week 2 and week 3 of the preseason. Plus, he also covers really well on one thing we struggle with.
Tight end.
Tight ends.
He got 4 or 5. I did a lot of research on the kid because I didn't know much about him. Apparently, he had a really good, really high RAS score.
Yeah, he had a 9.85 because he's 6'4", 237 pounds. He runs a 4.5 40. He has a 37-inch vertical leap, and he also had a very explosive 10-yard shuttle. And I think it was 10'7" in the broad jump.
The only problem with him is he has short arms. That's the only knock that I was able to find on him is he has short arms.
Hey, Germ.
No, the knock was his weight at 6'4" at 237. They considered him light. His arm reach, he has 36-inch sleeves, so I don't know how. When you add in the hands, that's an 82-inch reach for 6'4".
Hey, Germ, do you got everybody's worst play?
Yeah, that was next, and I'm starting with Sky. Sky, what was your worst play?
Oh
man, dude.
There's so many. I know.
All right, can I just group up all of Aaron Glenn's four-man pass rushes?
Yes,
So,
you can
All
say
right,
that.
cool.
a
That's
fourth.
all of Aaron Glenn's fucking shit scheme 4-man pass rushes. There you
There
go.
you go.
So
All right.
6 out of our 8 games.
Oh,
pretty
and what
much.
I was gonna say earlier too, to what your point was about Hutch getting double teamed and triple teamed. That's why directly it correlates with his pressure rate versus why we don't get fucking sacks. Because
Yep.
no one else, even though they're all in one-on-ones, none of that fucking matters because they're all getting blocked still because they're all
Right.
fucking dog shit in one-on-one pass rush.
Yep. Okay, Mike,
Yeah.
what you got for me? Your worst play of the year.
The worst.
The worst one, the one you hated the most.
Oh man, I mean, there's
There's so
some.
many.
Pretty. Can I just say the word like the Lamar Jackson, them attempting to control him? I can't even say what play. It was like the whole damn game was really bad.
Yeah.
The pick six really sucked for Jared Goff. That just took place. That was a bad one for sure.
Which one?
Against
The
Oh, the
pick
one where
six.
the one
The
where he
Raiders.
threw it too late, trying to throw it out
Yeah,
of bounds,
yeah.
and Marcus Peters already broke off from Amon Ra when it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that sucked watching a pick six because you knew when it happened. Oh, here comes the same old Lions fans. Lions are the worst team. Blah blah. Blah. It's like so. That goes
Typical
back.
Jared Goff. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Typical loser trash quarterback. He can't do anything.
Then he comes back and throws a touchdown the next drive. Oh, but just like he's done all year. But anyways,
Yep.
Neil, what you got?
Mine was versus the Packers game. After St. Brown scored that touchdown, and that lady poured that beer on him.
Yeah,
That was the worst
Yeah,
play.
that sucked.
that was.
Worst play on her.
Yep.
I'm still looking for it too. He
Keegan,
gonna find you. He
Keegan,
gonna
I'm
find
gonna
you.
send
what's
that
your
Chargers
what's your
lady
worst
after
play?
her ass.
I'm
It's
gonna do a couple.
Well, that strong bitch, that Chuck Gibbs up
Yeah,
the
there
up
we
the
go.
stands.
That's the one.
Just strong arm the shit out of that bitch.
Yeah. All right, Keegan, what's your
We're
worst one?
watching.
I'm gonna say all of the plays Will Harris was in.
Oh, wait. You
That
gotta
might
take
be.
you gotta take at least one back. Because you know what? If it wasn't for Alex Anzalone, Will Harris was burnt by Mike Evans so bad when he tipped
Oh
that
yeah.
ball up in the
Oh,
air.
first play of the
Yeah.
game.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I
First
thought
play of the
Bugs
game.
tipped
Oh
that.
my God.
Anzalone tipped the one that
No, it was Anzalone on both of them. Anzalone tipped the one to Jerry Jacobs.
What?
No, it was Bugs. It was
Oh no,
Bugs.
it
It
was
was
the
Bug.
line.
It
It
was
was the
Bugs.
Bugs.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Bugs the one that
Bugs.
tipped it to Will
Yep.
Harris. But I'm just
Oh.
saying, if it don't happen,
He was in such bad
Hey,
position.
that-
He was in good position.
Right.
Wow.
He was looking up.
kind of
Hey,
like
He
James
didn't
said
even
in the
see the ball
comments
got
is
tipped.
hilarious.
kind of like that one safety that Petrasha went off in every interception he's had for Seattle since Quandre Diggs.
Yeah.
But anyways, Day, what was your worst play?
My worst play, man, was against the Ravens. Literally, it was the touchdown to Mark Andrews where Lamar rolls to the right and everybody sucked in, man, and it allowed Mark Andrews just to float free. I
Yep.
mean, that was just
Andrew shook him and
awful.
went on it.
That was just terrible.
Yeah.
And then my worst offensive play was last week when they gave JMO the reverse and they didn't block Crosby. Man, you just let Crosby come on a free run like
Oh,
No
that's just
chip.
awful, man. That was
No one
just
wanted
that
to
was
That
block
woke
him.
terrible.
He
J-Mo
just
up though.
pushed
He
on
caught the
that.
ball after that.
and that wake Lazarus up. That hit.
Mm. Ooh.
Oh man.
That was a welcome to the NFL hit right there.
Mhm.
What?
He ain't had one of those yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got up like y'all just gonna let him do
Dude,
that.
he got up like he got up quick. He popped up. He was
Help
like
me!
took
Help
his shoulder
me!
off and got had a
That was
trying to get a
after they
hold of
took
himself.
Ezel's change.
All
You
right.
ain't even trying to do nothing.
All right.
Man.
Main event, Mike. What's your worst?
My least
He gonna
favorite
cry in the
play.
car.
My least favorite play of 2023 was just an innocuous handoff to Craig Reynolds, 3-yard gain, but it happened on 3rd and 6 at the end of regulation in the Seattle game. And I don't know where
Yeah.
my ballsy coach went to during that play, but Dan Campbell wasn't there and he settled for the field goal and we lose the game. If we win the coin flip in overtime, we may have won that game, but we'll never know.
Hey, go ahead,
It was a
Just
third
so-
down
clap them
call that we
cheeks.
couldn't stand.
Yeah.
hey, Mike. Go ahead and shout out your podcast there. That way,
Hey, the
anybody
Lions
that's
Nation
here.
Unite, man. Check it out, Lions Nation Unite. We're doing stuff there every single day. Gotta go because I gotta get to clapping.
Hey, go clap them cheeks, bro.
Go pretend you're
All
a
right, Mike.
Seahorse. All right.
He gone.
What was your
Funny
worst?
guy.
What was your worst one there, Lions Rumble?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with just Jared Goff's picks. You can just either one of them. Um, they were pick sixes, and I just think he was at times he should just throw the ball at their feet or out of bounds. Just that mental lapse. So I'm gonna go
You
with
need to
those
throw
plays,
it at
man.
the ground. Goff can't throw an out route to
Yeah,
the sideline. That's not a throw he can make.
He
But he
needs to put
wasn't
over
trying
the
to hit
throw
the
it,
fucking
out
throw it.
head,
route. He
dude.
even
Over
said,
the
Right,
"I
head.
no,
wasn't
I'm
trying."
saying it's like the base. It's like almost like the same thing. Like Goff
Right.
has trouble getting it outside of the
Right.
numbers to the sideline.
Hit the flag. Hit the
He
flag
Hey,
men
cannot throw
when
late
you have
what
the
balls
down.
outside. He
Hit,
doesn't
what
have
was
the arm
that?
for that.
Yeah,
What
it
was
doesn't.
that in that racing movie when the guy was struggling to come back after an injury, and they said, "Why don't you just go out there and hit the timekeeper? You hit everything else."
just throw it.
Or
Throw it
Varsity
somewhere,
Blues, where he
man.
hits the
Like,
mascot of every fucking team that he's playing.
Yeah.
bro.
Denzel, what was your worst play you've seen against the Lions?
Man. I got a tie here. The bad pick six to Marcus Peters, because it was one of those old Tony Romo, where the hell were you throwing, like, type plays. So there's that one. But the good news is that was his only real mistake of the game. Of course, they won the game. The second one, man, I gotta say the overtime winner versus Seattle. I feel like the Lions got let one get away from them, because they came back from down 10 in the fourth, made it to overtime. Then they let Geno Smith go 9 plays and 75 yards.
Do you
Yep.
You
think
know,
that was
Mm.
I always thought that was like an analytics thing. Dan went with the analytics right there at the end of the fourth. Like
They did.
analytics probably said play conservative, play for overtime,
Yeah.
and
You don't
that's
go
what he
with the
did.
analytics any other
But
time. Why go with the analytics right there?
No,
because
actually,
because it
believe
was
it.
Seattle. Seattle's like got. Sorry, Jeremy, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah, that's okay. But I was going to
um,
say, go ahead. You're right. He did go with the analytics, and I'm going to tell you something else. If you actually look at the next gen stats analytics when they go for it on fourth down, other than the 4th and 18 at Kansas City, or 4th and 3 on the 18 at Kansas City, he has been at plus 60% for
yes,
when he goes for it,
yes,
according to the analytics. So he actually does use the analytics every time, even though we don't like it and he fails. But we're completing it. What is it? A 43.8% clip for any team that's done it more than 10 times. That's the best percentage in the NFL.
it is.
Mm.
we also go for it, man, more than any team in the NFL, I
More than
I
believe.
any
just,
team. That's why
I,
people love Dan Campbell, because he's going for it. Old Lions, they punting. Not this
Oh,
dude.
bro, it's
Mm.
handoff, pass, punt. That's the old line, bro.
oh,
Marty
You
Ball.
forgot.
Run, pass,
James,
punt.
Yeah, you forgot. Screen.
oh,
Draw,
You forgot the
halfback
screen.
draw was the staple of the Lions offense my whole life, bro. The draw.
Or
And
the
again,
blitz
that's why
call
that's
against
why
the
I hated
pass.
that third down call. It's 3rd and 6. You got a chance to win the game. You had possession of the ball
yeah,
at
you
the
run a
end of
halfback dive.
regulation, right? It's only third down, Dan. It's not fourth down. A simple handoff to Craig Reynolds for 3 yards to run the clock down, to kick the field goal. You played not to lose.
Not to
You
Mhm.
didn't
lose.
Right.
play to
Mm.
win. You played to not lose. And that's okay if
Yeah.
that's the kind of coach you are. Dan Campbell is not that kind of coach.
I
That's why
see.
I hated that play.
I
Uh,
think he did that because
Preach, Mike. Preach.
I think Pete Carroll is so far in Dan's head because
That's a
Dan
big point.
they
That's a
Yeah.
good
smacked this they
point.
smacked
Yeah.
us last year in a battle and beat us by what, a field goal last year too, or was it a 6-point game?
38-35. That's correct.
38-35. Yeah, that
He
was a good
probably
game
told Dan
last year.
Campbell after the game.
48
Yeah, he probably
45.
told Dan Campbell
And
after the
watch out for
game,
the
your slip is
implications
showing.
of this, because Seattle's looking good. They got to play San Francisco 2 out of 3
Yeah.
weeks. And if
Mhm.
they can get those 2 and win their division, they're going to own the tiebreaker on us, and that's going to end up hurting that 3rd and 6 little handoff to Craig Reynolds.
Yeah.
I'm praying, Mike, that we play them in the wild
I
card
don't.
because I think we
No,
mop the
no,
It's gonna
floor.
be the
here.
We're gonna
Cowboys.
mop the
I don't
Wait,
want
floor,
to
wait,
go
wait.
to
It's gonna
Seattle
be
and
the
play, that's for
Cowboys.
sure.
I want
bro.
it to come down
I
kind of
get
like
this.
main event saying though. Because think about this. If we're the number 2 seed, that means we won't have to face Seattle if they're the 1 seed until the NFC championship.
Correct.
I would
Seattle's not
rather do
about to be the
that.
1 seed.
Seattle
Seattle's
won't
not
be
a
number
big one.
one. Eagles will be number one, but
Wait,
Seattle is looking like.
Yeah, you
But
can do
Seattle's
that.
looking like they're gonna win the division as of right now.
They'll be
There's a
3.
report that they're waiting to see what the MRI was today. I haven't seen anything yet. Jalen Hurts may have to miss 4 weeks due to an injury to his knee. It's a deep knee bone bruise. If he
I hear
And
that.
who are their next 4
and their
games?
next 4 games is Dallas and San Francisco and a couple other
See,
monsters.
I don't.
Chiefs.
See,
It's
I don't.
Dallas,
I
San
don't think they're
Francisco,
gonna.
Chiefs, and somebody else.
See, if
I
the
wouldn't.
Eagles don't win if the Eagles don't get the 1 seed, we'll get the 1 seed. And the reason
Preach, guy.
I say that is because the San Francisco schedule is just like the fucking Eagles schedule.
Brutal.
Brutal.
I wouldn't
It's
call.
not fucking easy. They're not playing Chicago and Green Bay and the Vikings fucking 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not playing New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? They're playing a bunch of hard ass fucking teams across the board.
Right.
But at the
So,
same
like-
time, this is also a declining Niner squad. I mean, Dorian Thompson beat the Niners.
Well, they lost 2 games in a
Dorian
row.
Thompson
They're-
beat the Niners.
Yeah,
Without
because didn't
PJ
PJ Walker
Walker.
go out like in the first quarter and DTR
Yeah.
came in?
Mhm.
Oh,
So
D.
I
Watt
mean,
went out, then Walker, I believe, went down, and then DTR came in.
and DTR came in. Yeah, I mean, now that's
Wow.
not sitting here saying that like they'll lose, and I'm not overlook the Niners, but you know how like everybody like just a month ago was talking about like the Niners and Super Bowl contenders. Notice
Oh,
that
more
that's
than
trailed
that,
off.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what happens when you lose 3 straight.
You're right. And also,
They
it
still are
shows-
though. But they can't
Wait.
count them out.
who keeps moving their microphone because it's really loud. But anyways, here's the thing. San Francisco, it shows that they got a really good starting roster, but their depth is shit.
Yeah, true.
Because if Debo goes down and Trent Williams go down, Brock Purdy looks like Carson Wentz with PTSD.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he was third string.
I'll never count out San
CMC.
Francisco as long as that
Was
defense
CMC in
plays
the
the way
lineup?
they play, man. That
Yeah,
defense
man, they
is
just lost 3
nasty.
games, bro. So
Mhm.
Yeah, and
But they've been
CMC
all
was in the
battled.
lineup.
They battled except for
no, I get
maybe
that, but
this
we're
last
talking
game.
about Day. We're talking about number 1 seed here. We're talking about like you got to look. See, I always determine on strength of schedule too. Like, yeah, we can drop a game here or there, but the rest of the games, if we play like we have been against the shitters, we're gonna continue to beat those guys.
Yeah.
Like something major has to happen to our roster for this to crack down and not get the number 1 seed at this point, especially with Jalen Hurts getting out. If Jalen Hurts is out, they're gonna drop 3 of those games out of 7 of those next 7 games. They're gonna drop 3 of them,
They've got a brutal
Yeah.
schedule
and
coming
then
up.
that puts us
Shout out to
in number
James.
1 seed. And that's gonna put us probably 2 games in number 1 seed contention right there because of our record.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
Seattle has a
Yeah.
brutal record. They're gonna lose 3 out of their 7 games.
Go
I
ahead,
got to
man.
jump off, fellas.
Sure.
Really nice
Hey,
to meet you all.
thank you,
Thanks for
man.
having me, Jeremy.
I
Mike.
appreciate it, Mike.
Nice
Thanks,
to
You
meet
too,
you, brother.
brother.
Later.
One more thing I got to say about the Niners is even if you were to take like C-Mac and the offense out of the equation, right? They still got that vaunted defense and everything. Burrow just hung 31 on them on the road.
Right.
Yep, in their house.
Man,
in their
but that's
house.
Joe Burrow, man. Dude, that's Joe
That's-
Breezy, man.
Hey,
been
hey,
mid
why?
this
Why?
year.
It's not Joe
Joe
Breezy. It's not Joe Burrow.
Joe
it's
Cool.
Joe Thorough. Because once he gets going, he thoroughly wipes out the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes ain't beat him in Cincinnati ever since he's been there.
But I honestly, I do want to play Seattle.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think the team is gonna
You
want
know
to
how
do
hard
that
it
for
is to
Dan
beat a
Campbell.
team twice, not in your division in a season.
Yeah, and Pete Carroll, I look like he whispered something in Dan's ear that last game, like your slip is showing, like he was talking.
Yeah, I got you. So at 6-2, how do you feel about the rest of the season going forward? Let's talk about the remaining schedule. We only played one team with a fucking winning record. Let's go.
So far.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
We only right now, as it stands, there's only
Right
one
now,
team with a winning record. And don't tell me it's going to be Minnesota that has a winning record because they're going from Jaron Hall to Josh Dobbs.
What's I gotta look at New Orleans schedule. Let me look at New Orleans schedule.
I think New Orleans sitting at 500 right now too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're kind of floating right
That's
there
that's
too,
what I'm
man.
saying.
Bolts.
Does anybody got Tampa Bay beating the Texans this week in Houston?
No.
no.
In
All right.
Didn't
So
Houston.
here's the winning schedule team we're about to play. It's the Saints. They play the Bears and then Minnesota and then the Falcons, and then us.
That should be
So they
pretty
could
neat.
they could
Falcons
come
just
up.
bench Ritter, so that's a dub.
But
Well,
Heineke's better than Ritter, I feel.
yeah,
Yeah,
Heineke's
Heineke's
good.
Dub,
better.
Lions
Yeah.
dub. What else? Let's
No,
see.
I agree with you. I'm not. I say we beat them too. I'm not saying. I say
The
they're
only
equal to the Falcons. You know what
I
I'm saying?
said
But
our
I just
three
think they have a better
Yeah.
toughest
game plan than the Falcons
our three
and a better
toughest
quarterback.
our three toughest games, and this was prior to any coaching or when you looked at it on paper prior to the whole schedule when it came out, before there was any games played. When I looked at the second half of the schedule, the three hardest games are all on the road. And it wasn't the Chargers because they don't have a home field advantage. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's team shows up in LA more than the Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
being said, it's the Saints, it's
Mhm.
US Bank, no matter who's playing, because for some reason we
Yeah.
can't win there. And Dallas. Those are
The
our
Yes.
three hardest away games on the schedule.
the Lions will drop a division game after
Mhm.
divisions has been decided. After the Lions have already sold it up.
I got to
Outside
see
of that,
the
them.
year when we're sitting
outside of
everybody.
that,
Yeah.
you might drop the Vikings in like week 17 after
No.
or week
I
18
see that.
That
after
is a loss.
They
after the
resting.
division's
Yep.
already decided. Now the week
They're resting
before,
their players. I see
now
that, Denzel.
circle
Yeah.
the Dallas Cowboys game because no matter who wins that one, you're gonna see them weeks later
Maybe.
Mhm.
in the wild card. I said it before the show. I said it last time I was on the show, didn't I,
And you said it
Jeremy?
tonight.
And I
Yeah.
said it tonight on the air. You're gonna see the Cowboys just weeks later. So circle that game. And
Yep.
you're at Dallas. But the next one will
I
be
don't think
at Detroit.
I don't think we'll play Dallas in the playoffs. I don't think the
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys make it out of round one.
Well, if we make it to the one seed, playing Dallas won't be easy because they always choke in the playoffs.
I'm not even saying that they're gonna. You're gonna
Dak
have to
is
play the Eagles or the 49ers.
He's got 3 wins and they're all wild card wins, right? I would rather play him in the divisional round.
Wait, no, 3.
Ain't nobody scared of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'd rather see him in the divisional round because if we're a top seed, they're coming to us and they ain't winning in our house.
That game could be for the number one seed.
It could
Yeah.
be, especially if
Yeah.
Jalen if that report comes out that Jalen Hurts is hurt. Ooh-wee.
The only thing probably preventing them from y'all seeing them in the wild card round is I have Dallas at about a 5 seed. That would mean they will travel to Detroit to be a 4 seed. Detroit being a 4, but I don't see Detroit being a 4 seed. That's the only thing. So we got to see how the rest of the season play
If
out.
everybody was healthy and was playing the way they were to start the season and through the first 4 games, Detroit would be the 4th seed because of how it lined up.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Overall
But
win
now,
losses, yeah.
after
And we have players
after it
coming
all,
back.
it's Philadelphia and
Yeah.
us right now.
Lock us in. We're gonna get a number 1 and number 2 seed.
I got
Oh,
Lock that in.
I gotta say this.
that
I
in.
gotta say this too.
okay.
the 4th
James-
seed
I
is
gotta
going to
say
come out
James
of the
Archie-
NFC South,
I'm not gonna say.
and it might be
I mean,
it might
Dallas
be a
is
team
not
that
a
only wins
fucking-
8 games. Think about that.
Mhm.
A team that wins
Go ahead,
8
Sniper, say it,
games
Sniper.
may win the NFC South.
Dude,
I got
Oh,
one
yeah.
more
I
take.
retract what I said about the Dallas Cowboys. They got a 5-game stretch between they go Seattle, the Eagles, the Bills, Dolphins, and then us. They're not. They're not making.
They
They're
got
not
Bills
making
and
out of
Dolphins
that.
back to back. Think about
They're
that.
not. They're not making
That's
out of
tough.
that with a positive record.
Right.
Yeah.
Dak might not make it.
Dak's ass.
Mike
They choke. They
McCarthy
choke
might
way
not
too
make
Dak's
it.
ass. Dak's ass.
They just
Hey,
fall for
yeah.
games for no
I
reason.
don't know that Miami offense versus that Dallas defense. That could be a hell of a game right there.
Good.
Hey.
I'm gonna go real bold on this one, and I know y'all ain't in the business of overlooking opponents, but I'm gonna go real bold and circle one more game, and that's Broncos at Lions. That
Yuck.
defense just held Patrick Mahomes to no touchdowns for the first time in 2 years when he lost at Tennessee 27-3. So that defense could very well show up to Ford Field. So
Time for
circle
the
that
defense.
game too. That
Wait.
Well, we gave them the
Wait.
blueprint to Pat
Uh,
Mahomes.
What happened?
Denzel, he was
Yeah, we
stealing
gave him the
signs.
blueprint.
What happened 4 years ago? Who was the first team ever 4 years ago?
it was the
Patrick-
Lions.
Yeah,
It was the Lions.
in
Yep.
week 4 because it was week 3 just before our bye week because week 5 we played the Packers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they just couldn't let us have
like
that
to see
game
the
because
Broncos.
Tracy Walker got shoved by Eric Fisher and his hand grazed the front of Mahomes' jersey on that fourth down play that was incomplete, and they
Mhm.
called it a late hit on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Of course I did.
So Denzel, do you think Broncos are ready for Monty? Do you think they're ready for Gibbs? Do you think they're ready for them running backs, that O line?
And they just beat a team that beat them 16 straight
Hey, wait,
times.
But
that
that's
that O
not the
line.
same.
Listen,
We ain't got no receivers over there at KC.
They ain't got no
listen.
running back really either. Chiefs just Pat Mahomes and everybody else.
Monty
That's
is
probably why
coming
they got
back.
beat by 70 because they were trying to fucking win that game
No,
so
no, no.
damn bad. They've been
Oh.
scouting it for fucking 7 damn weeks just to win at
Listen,
Arrowhead
hey,
for the
hey,
first
Ken,
time
They've
in
been
I feel
16
you.
games,
Mahomes is doing
16
the same
years.
thing. He's
They're-
making beer men and hot dog men look like all stars out there. I get it. You know what I
but
mean?
wait, Denver
trying.
Broncos have been scouting Kansas City since 2015, and they finally won a game.
Exactly, bro.
Right.
That's
Finally,
what I'm saying, bro. That's all. That's all. That was the Super Bowl for Sean Payton.
Yeah, it
So
was.
Hey,
yeah.
do you
he can
guys
say it to me.
realize
Listen, guys, I just got this job, man. It's my first year, but I beat Kansas City.
I
in
need
Arrowhead.
this one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
do you guys realize that in that game, before that game, Patrick Mahomes was sick.
Yeah,
Oh man, I
I'm gonna tell you
You know
this
what
right
that
now.
I
is?
know.
You
He
know
was
what
listed
I-
that is.
questionable
I
that
don't
whole week
care.
with the
no,
flu.
he
I don't care.
was okay. This is my stance on it,
He
and I'll
played.
probably die on this hill here. Okay, I also watched him win a Super Bowl game on a bum ankle.
Facts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't argue that either.
And
I won't
you
argue
know what
that.
Taylor
this
Swift
is?
wasn't there.
You know
I
what
saw
this is?
Jordan put away the Jazz with the same flu, or maybe it
Wait
was
a
a
minute.
tainted pizza.
I don't know.
Know.
I was sick last week.
I would say, wait, didn't Amon Ra just
Tainted
have
pizza.
100
Yes.
yards
Tainted
Yes, Jeremy.
with the flu?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw T.O. tie the Super Bowl record for receptions on a broken foot.
Yeah, it was 1 foot.
Man,
A lot of things.
I just know we got a lot of positives going forward.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm going to give my take on the trades real quick.
Hold on, I want to
Because-
say something about the schedule.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Y'all said something about division losses. I got us dropping 2 in the division. Week 17 against the Vikings, and then at Chicago.
not gonna happen.
No, Chicago is going to get us 1 game.
Hey, I love you, but we're not losing
Not
at
gonna-
Chicago.
If Justin
Come on, my
Fields,
brother.
no,
Come on,
if
brother.
Justin Fields
Monty
Wait a
plays,
minute,
is
wait a
having
minute.
a
Wait a
career
minute.
day
Wait a minute.
against
They've
Chicago.
had Justin
Put this
Fields
down.
now.
Monty is going to have a career game against Chicago.
I hope so. It's
Monty
gonna take
is
him
going
to.
to have.
In
We're
Chicago.
we're dropping
I
1 to
see it.
Chicago. We're
I
dropping
see it.
1 to
I
Chicago.
agree,
I
bro.
see it.
I see it.
If it's
Monty
snowing
is
like
Oh,
a
I can see it.
motherfucker,
It's a
if it's snowing
division.
like a
I don't care,
motherfucker,
man. We struggle with running quarterbacks. It's a division game.
I don't care
If
about
it's in
that.
Chicago, and it might probably gonna be cold by then,
That's it. That's
Wait a
the
minute.
key right there.
and
The
that
cold
It's gonna be cold.
that's gonna be one of the ones that what we will lose that we shouldn't have
Watch
lost.
it be like 8 inches of snow and it be fucking a snow globe, and then you're like, okay. And then I agree with you, Rumble. Monty's gonna have to go out there, and that offensive line are gonna have a damn good night for us to win
Yeah.
that game. Because guess what? Somehow Justin Fields beats good teams in shitty weather. He did it against the 49ers in a fucking hurricane. It happens because that's the type of quarterback he is. He just
He's
gets
that-
loose, and that's what
Crazy.
I mean. You don't want
He
to
used
have
to
it in our
Ohio
defense.
weather.
We already struggle, like you said, with running quarterbacks.
1 year.
You don't want a fucking monsoon, fucking hurricane, fucking snowstorm against
here's
Justin
the
Fields. I don't want that. I want it to be 25 degrees or 15 degrees, and it to be cloudy and kind of shitty. Like perfect.
And I have us
Absolutely
losing.
perfect.
But yet,
And I have us
when
losing
we
to the
play,
Chargers.
you probably said we were losing to Chicago last year because of Justin Fields, right? In Chicago.
Man, I didn't know
If it
what to
would have
think
been, if it
last
would have
year.
been,
We barely
what,
beat
what,
Justin Fields
what,
last year.
what time of year did we play in Chicago?
It was wind. I
It was
want to say
sunny
it was
outside.
windy and
One-
cold.
yeah,
It was
that day.
Wasn't
November,
even
just
cold.
before Thanksgiving,
Yeah, it was
just
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if it's snowing,
It was pretty
fucking
decent weather, though.
snowing, if it's snowing, we're like I said, it's different. If it's good weather,
Yeah.
who knows?
Because guess what? We let Justin Fields run. We didn't let him
Bad
get
weather?
touchdowns.
And we only beat Justin Field by what, like a touchdown the first time in Chicago?
I don't
Yep.
want to beat it down bad. I don't want to play a down bad team in fucking 8 inches of snow, bro, at home,
No,
at their
bro.
home. That's not what I want to do, bro.
Right.
That's not a good game for the fucking 8-3 fucking what will we be then? Fucking we're 6-2 will be by the time we play Chicago.
11
at
and
Chicago.
11 and
2.
something.
What game is
11
that?
and 2.
What game is that?
That week 14?
Ooh.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah,
I
week
think
14.
Monty is
Oh,
gonna
but what's
eat,
the
man.
date?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Last week of November.
We play back, and that's a back-to-back road game.
At
We go
Chicago.
from Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So that's
We go from New
December.
Orleans
That's
to
December
Chicago.
10th. That's December 10th. That game is December 10th. So it's
That's
not.
Okay.
It's after all that.
Yep.
So it could be definitely snowing and all that shit.
It's gonna be cold, that's for sure. And we know our quarterback struggles.
That's why they hand
I'll
the
use the
ball
word
off to Monty.
struggles loosely.
That's why they give the ball to Monty.
Monty
But
and Gibbs
like I
will run
said,
all over him.
if it's fine weather, we're gonna blow them out. I'm not
Because
worried
guess
about
what
it.
the Bears
Oh,
suck
when
at?
they come to Ford Field, bro, we're gonna fuck them up. We play them
guess-
They're
the
gonna
second
get a
game out of the
They're gonna
bye.
catch a 40
Hey,
burger. That's
but
our other
guess-
40 burger.
But guess what the Bears suck at? Stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it right there. Y'all heard me say it. If Montgomery and Gibbs can get together as a two-man punch, Goff won't have to throw the ball more than 3
Exactly.
times. I want y'all to listen real
Yes.
closely, okay? The Detroit Lions will not lose to Northwestern University. Neither game that they play. They will not lose to these boys.
I love it. I love it. I love
Hey,
it.
hey, if
What you
Tyson
doing on the
Badgett
couch,
wins this week,
man?
if Tyson Badgett wins this week, guess what? I doubt Field starts.
No, they'll put
Every
Fields in when he
every
comes
time
back.
they keep saying that he's close. They didn't put him on the IR. They keep
No,
on
he
saying,
just practiced today.
Dude,
So what is
if he doesn't start,
but they
they're
already
tanking for
announced
Drake May.
Badgett as the starter. They already announced.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Badgett
The,
as
the injury
starter this
report came
week,
out. And
so-
he was still listed out. He was still
So
listed out.
if-
I'm just saying he returned to practice.
So if they go on a 3-game losing streak, what's the over/under if Fields is even playing by the time they play us?
They are because they're going to want to evaluate Fields to see what they
You're
really
honestly
want to
right,
do
Rumble.
next year.
You're honestly right, Rumble, because
No,
they might be
I-
taking.
No, they're
for
gonna
fucking-
sit him.
Yeah,
If
they
they have
have
no,
Williams, bro,
they're
because
gonna
they don't want to
sit
get him
him.
hurt, because he's gonna get traded in the offseason.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
sit him, man.
You
Something's
don't want to
up
hurt
with
your only
that.
trade weapon. I mean, your only trade item on the fucking team.
and then we can start saying, "See, I told y'all Bears fans his name was Bustin Fields."
I don't think
man.
it's Justin Fields, but
It's
that's a whole
not.
different conversation for a different day.
All right,
Yeah.
Denzel. Thank you for showing up. Tell everybody where they
Man,
can find you on
appreciate you,
Sideline
Denzel.
Sports.
Hey, no doubt, man. So of course, as you see on my label there, Denzel Sniper 13 on Twitch. Gauntlet had a great episode. Jeremy was in the comments, so catch us on Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, the Gauntlet Presents picked off on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We all give our picks for who we think is going to win each show. We also give our locks of the week as well as Lone Wolf segment. So who's going to be the Lone Wolf? Who's going to be the only one to pick a team to win, and everyone else picks the other team, as well as Confidential, our last episode, World Series recap, next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also on the South Florida Tribune, Pun is Pundit, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for having me on, Smoking Jeremy. Everybody else, y'all hold it down. I'm going to make it the next time around.
All right,
Gotcha.
Denzel, man.
Y'all be
Appreciate
easy,
it, man.
man.
Yes, sir.
Quick question:
Man.
who was the one that said that they're tanking for Caleb?
Sky
Me.
said it, didn't you? Yeah,
I said
exactly.
Drake May. I say Drake May because Chicago's a bunch of morons. They'll pick Drake. But
Drake May's going to be the better quarterback, but that's
By
a
the
different topic for another day.
You know,
too.
if they're gonna do
He
a
may be.
Chicago type of pick, you know what they do is they pick Michael Penix, and by week 4 he's injured for the season.
that would be lovely. Not
Hey.
saying Penix. I didn't want Penix to get injury, but like
If
some
they
sort of
pick him,
situation,
yeah.
some sort of situation like that, it would be. It would
If they
definitely
were
be
smart,
some Chicago.
if it was smart, and they were really gonna serious about developing Fields, number one, you fire Eberflus, also known as Everlose. Then you fire Brian sits on a polls because that guy just traded for a guy that doesn't even want to sign there. Montez Sweat was asked by a reporter, "So are you going to sign a long-term extension here?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know what I want to do. I got to
You
see
gotta-
where this is going."
Yeah,
And
that's-
here's the thing about Montez Sweat, because a lot of Lions fans wanted him more than Chase Young. That's kind of ignorant. You want to know why? His pressure win rate is 8% this year. All of his sacks have been coverage sacks except for one.
Oh, they wanted anybody and everybody. It
I
didn't
know.
matter who it was. It could have been. It could have been your cousin. To be
They
honest with
wanted
you,
Peter
Jeremy.
Lemoncello if he said defensive end next to his name.
And
But anyways,
yeah, and I was cool with them signing Peoples Jones because he too can return punts and kicks and The dude is,
That's what I said.
bruh.
I
Hey
said
He's a
man,
that.
good
here's what he's gonna
blocker,
do.
dude. He's a good blocker,
Jeremy said it. He's
bro.
gonna block.
Yeah,
Guess what our receivers do? Block. Guess what's
when I
mandatory
found
by our
out,
receivers?
He's a homer.
I
Blocking.
did a deep dive into his stats right away this year after what he did last year. Last year he had the ball thrown to him 87 times. He caught it 61 times, 839 yards and 3 touchdowns with 5 different quarterbacks, one of them being a bad Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this year they only target him 18 times in the passing game. He catches 8 of them for a total of 97 yards. No touchdowns, no nothing, but he was a chain mover and a contested catch guy in those
Yep.
situations.
You want to know why? Because they
But
run
he
the ball
played
60% of the time.
but they run the ball 60% of the time and he played 83% of the snaps,
He
which
was
tells
blocking.
me he was blocking downfield
Yes.
for the running back.
hmm He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
6'2", 215.
Yeah, he's a good blocker.
DPJ on for 83% of the snaps.
And he's a
Dude can
homer,
block.
dude. And he's a homer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to
he went to
realize that.
Cass
Like,
Tech. He went
yeah,
to
like
That
Cass
part.
Tech High
he's
School.
back
Come
with
on.
his family. He's going to be playing here comfortable as fuck. Like, he's
Yes.
going
I
to
mean,
be
don't act like
comfortable.
Cleveland's super far from here. From Detroit.
I get that, but like being in the state is different, bro.
Nobody likes Cleveland,
Hey,
bro.
With
Being
this
in the state
momentum
is
going right
different.
now,
Like
Nobody
even
asked you,
though
OHIO.
they living in a different state and living here,
I
like
hate
there's different
Cleveland, bro.
advantages in Michigan that you don't have in your state, just like that motherfucking state.
recreational
Yep.
weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Look,
love
I
the
don't
kid in
want to
Detroit.
smoke
Listen,
weed.
I'm not saying I'm not
Detroit.
saying that's the whole thing or NFL players
I
do that
know.
or anything, but
I know.
sometimes that shit fucking means a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially the
Oh,
guys that hit their head against
It
each
means
other
a
all the
lot,
time.
Guy. It means a
Listen,
lot.
guys that hit their head against each other all the time, it does mean a little.
Yes.
Okay?
Just a little
It means a lot,
yeah,
Guy.
it
It
does.
means a
It
lot.
does. But that being said, here we are. We're sitting as kings of the North right now.
Damn. You want me to go put my stuff
Draft
back
is in
on?
Detroit. We didn't give
Please
up a
do.
single pick this year because Brad Holmes worked the phones all day looking for somebody that played one of the positions on defense we needed, and no one that fit under the cap was available. And at the end of the day, he goes, "Fuck it. We need to replace Marvin Jones Jr., and DPJ has better stats than him. Let's get
Yeah,
him."
man. Younger
Extinguisher.
too. He worked the
Extinguisher, Jeremy.
phones like, hey, your car warranty's expired. He was on the phone.
He had to put out the fan fire, Jeremy.
Hey,
That's
Right.
what that was, and he got a good deal out of it. He
He
actually
did,
He
man.
made
got
it
an
a good
excellent
deal.
deal. I mean, think about this. And it's so bad in 2020. The players we took instead of DPJ. Can I name them in order for you?
I
In
can
the
name a
fifth
couple
round,
of them.
Please don't.
Quintez Cephas,
Not here no
Jason
more.
Huntley,
Not here
and
no more.
John Penasini.
Jason Huntley didn't even make it out of camp.
Right.
He was cut in camp.
He was the last pick we had as a compensatory pick in the 5th round because of getting rid of Darius Slay.
Some people dev, some people don't, man.
Patricia. Quinn.
Quintrasha.
Hey, he's
Darius
home.
Slay, we got
Trash.
He's
Jason
home.
Huntley.
Let's hopefully he keeps going what he's doing, because if he does what he did last year, because if he does in practice what he did last year and he shows out, Jared will throw him the ball.
Yeah.
Like Jared loves a nice little 50-yarder.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? And he
he
throws it
does
up
have
to a
4.4
50-50
speed.
ball. Yeah,
He's just as fast and just as tall as Josh Reynolds.
we need exactly what DJ Chark was to Jared last year.
Yeah.
He was the third read, one-on-one 50-50 ball guy. If your first read isn't there, your second read isn't there, oh fuck, he's in a
Do it.
one-on-one. Let's do it.
And I'm
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna say he's gonna supplant Josh Reynolds or Khalif Raymond, but they're
No.
gonna be on the field for less snaps
He takes Josh
because of
Reynolds.
his
Fresh
ability.
legs. Fresh
Because
legs.
Josh,
I don't think you take Josh.
No,
I think
they
he's,
might-
he's going to be a rotational guy just like everybody else is.
yeah, he's gonna come
Right.
in when they're tired. But at the same time, we're gonna be able to rest him more because you got somebody of the same skill set, is what I'm getting at.
Yep. He'd be in there more than Marvin Jones
So,
was.
Promise
this
you,
is
if
the
he
thing.
goes out in practice, they are best man up.
Yes.
It does not matter. You know this.
Yeah,
And
man.
James Burgess says it best. We did not need a big splash move. For fuck's sake, we are actually still rebuilding. The fact that the results are a year ahead of schedule doesn't change that. And he's absolutely right.
Right.
We all said the big splash signings were going to happen in 2024 because the cap clears up enough. We have
You can't say we rebuilding when we 6-2.
it's
That's the
it's the
thing.
third year. It's
It's
considered still a rebuilding year. Whether
We got our
we're ahead of
foundation in the
schedule.
first floor,
I
bro.
We're
think my
ahead of
thing about
schedule.
it is I
We are way ahead of
disagree.
schedule.
I disagree with James in this sense only. In this sense only, that there was nobody worth us going into a
yes,
process of
that part.
getting that is worth the picks. Also, also a little asterisk below that, the draft is in fucking Detroit next year.
Yes.
You think
Amen.
you
Yes,
don't think
sir.
Sheila like went to them and was like, "Listen, I know you guys want to do this, right? Because there may be a couple players that you can just move and we can go do this thing. But this draft is a big deal to fucking Detroit. It's gonna make us a lot of fucking money, and we need picks in this fucking draft to
Right.
be able to actually make a splash. And if you guys make it to the Super Bowl, guess what? There's a parade and we got fucking picks. But I'm not worried
Woo!
about it this year.
Exactly.
Man, talk
And
to your
I said
guy.
prior to the season, this was the
You
year
said
we
a
make a
That's
parade and the
splash.
reality,
draft.
Jeremy.
So
You know
we
what
get
I'm
the
No,
saying?
Super
no.
Bowl and the draft. Fuck it.
Right. But I'm
we
just
go
saying,
next week.
I said prior to the whole games being played on the field, just looking at the roster after the draft and all the moves were done, I said, we are a playoff team. Are we a Super Bowl contending team? I do not know. But we are a playoff team already. If nothing
Mhm.
else, if we make it to the playoffs and win a game for the first time since 1991, shit's going to burn down in Detroit.
Yeah. And and see, I'm I'm just happy with the division. And then
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not
happy with
anymore.
the division.
I'm
No,
not
no, I'm
anymore.
just saying that's where I was
we
at the
got a
beginning.
division.
I know, but at the beginning of the year, that was like that's what I said. I was like, we get the division this year. Next year, we're gonna make noise. But now at this point, with the way the division is,
And the way the
I'm with
conference
Jeremy.
is.
I want to see a playoff win. I want to see some noise in the playoffs. Because last year,
I want to see the
we
boys in
only
the
lost
Super
two
Bowl.
games.
It
We
could
only
That's
lost
what I
happen.
two
want to
games
see.
since last year. That's
I
crazy.
was
This
forced to
is
make a Super Bowl prediction, and I said, let's go for two big cats that's never won one going against each other.
Yeah.
Jaguars versus Lions.
Cincinnati.
No, Jaguars.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Whoa, I would have said the Bengals before the Jags, man.
No, the Bengals have been there and lost. I
that
want
whole
the
playoff
side
Jaguars.
is
I want
crazy
two
as
teams
fuck.
that have
Oh,
never been there facing
oh,
each
never
other.
been there. Okay, I thought you said just
Yeah.
never won one. I didn't know you said never been there
No,
too. Okay.
never been. It would be two never beens.
but listen, this year, our window to make it to the Super Bowl is bigger than it ever been.
Oh,
Ever been.
yeah, and think about
It's
it.
gonna be there next year too, though, Neil.
We are
Bandit,
building
it's
Oh,
for
gonna
the
be
but
there
future.
next year
man,
too.
but right, why we in right now? I know the future is looking bright. Never
but
said
Neil,
that.
but
Lights
there's
is
just
on.
nobody, dude.
It's shining like Christmas up in our
But
future.
Neil,
But our window is open right now. You feel
Better
me?
get
Go
while
ahead,
the
Scott.
but Neil, there's
get
no
while the
but
getting
if
is
you're
good.
talking about trade specifics, like there's nobody like who in the fuck would you want to spend picks on to go get? Because there was like I feel
No
like
one.
Me, honestly, Sky, I didn't want us to trade at
okay,
all.
good. All right.
I mean, I was telling everybody
Yeah.
else like, this is our 50-minute 3 roster. We got people.
Go ahead.
We got people. Jones. Okay, that was a blessing because Marvin left. You feel me? To help Marvin. But even if we wouldn't have traded nobody, the window opportunity for us to get to the Super Bowl is right now
I
bigger
agree
than
with
it's
you. It
ever
still
been.
is.
I agree.
I think
It still is.
I think in the off season is when Brad's going to try to make a trade because different
Yeah.
players become available in the off season than they are at mid season.
And
I-
right.
We could
And
get
to
we,
Day-Day's
this like
point,
this is super hypothetical because this never happened because of the money. But we in the off season, Matt Crosby becomes available.
Oh,
Brad
here
pull
we
the
go.
trigger on that
Here
somehow.
we
Like
go.
that's hypothetical. Is like that's just an example
I'm going to
of a different
expound on
player
it
being available in the
right.
offseason than somebody
because
being available at
I've
the
done the
trade deadline.
math. I've done the
I'm
math
going to
on
break
when it
something.
works.
1 second.
Wait, I've done the math, and it works out if we wait till after June 1st to trade for him for both teams. The reason why the dead cap cuts in half in the
Yep.
second-year contract for Max Crosby. So we
Yep.
get the draft in Detroit. We build everything. If there's $20 million left in free agency or in cap room, guess what? That's the move. You trade the 2025, which is in Green Bay. You don't care if you go on day one.
I agree with that.
And then you
That's who we-
trade the
that's what we get.
2026 first and a third
Right.
and get Max Crosby.
That's who we traded. We traded a 2025 pick. We didn't trade next year's
Right.
picks.
I know. I'm
to
saying
get people
the
to-
draft is done.
Right.
We
God,
get everybody
Day-Day's
we
point.
need. And
Why-
if there's
why
enough cap
would they-
space, that's what you do.
Here's my thing. Why in the fuck would the Raiders trade? like
They're cash
a
cow.
the top 3 player and this is the reason I say this, and I like the money side of things when we talk about the NFL. That team has to be a show. Like they can't be ass because they're one of the
Especially in
biggest
already
TV
are
deal
ass.
revenue building teams in the NFL because the one
In
reason
Vegas.
they're in Vegas,
Right.
regardless of what the fuck happens, they have drunk motherfuckers going to the stadium and packing the motherfucker.
Yes.
So they have to have a decent team.
But they don't
And to
already.
Day-Day's point,
But Max Crosby and Devontae Adams, even the money you're spending there, they put on
Max
enough
Crosby
of a
ain't.
but they put on
And-
enough of a show.
Hey,
Ma-
watch the Raiders turn their season
Max
around.
Crosby's not
Stick
selling
around.
tickets. Max Crosby's
Yes,
not
he
selling.
is. So is Devontae Adams. dude.
Devontae
They're on
Adams
they're
is
on the
selling the
fucking
tickets.
billboard, bro, fucking staring at you when you
Yeah.
fucking walk in, my guy. What are you talking about? You
People
those
don't
two
go to
guys-
the game.
who
People
the
don't go to the
fuck-
game to watch Max
if
Crosby.
you-
Like he's a
if you were-
phenomenal player for the.
Adams at the trade deadline this year. Who in the fuck you putting on the sign? At least at June 1st, you can fucking put the rookies up there. But who in the fuck you doing? You gotta rip his ass down, and who in the fuck? Ooh, Jimmy G?
Porn star
Yeah,
Jimmy.
put his
bro.
fucking G-string Jimmy
so I
picture.
think this year,
Yeah, Hunter Renfro. Yeah, you put Hunter Renfro up there.
He
You got it,
speaks.
right?
He speaks.
Fuck out of here,
I think
dude.
this year momentum that we get
Thanks, bro.
from the games we win and the playoff push, I think players are going to want to come here. I think that momentum is
already
going to
do.
bring players here.
They already do. That's CJ Jordan Johnson started
The
that.
Super Bowl's in Vegas this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald?
My
I mean-
mom has a timeshare at Tahiti Village.
You also got a fat bank. You also got a fat bank account to get a ticket.
Fuck that. You get 5 guys, you drive, and you share the place. It's
Yeah.
a 3-bedroom, 6-bed place
Oh,
with a
Oh,
walkout
man.
to the wave pool.
That's going to be fun, though, man.
We gotta.
Let's go.
I'm with you. You said division. I want a division and a playoff win.
Yeah.
And
That's
then we lose the next game, which obviously I don't ever
The
want us to
momentum,
I'm
lose.
just
the
saying-
momentum and
I'm just
Campbell
saying,
and them have
If
created
it happened
is
that
going
way,
to bring
it's
players here.
wait, Neil. Oh, number 1 seed's different. I'm just saying. Stop right there. I'm just saying. If we win the division and we're not the number 1 seed, we win the wild card game. Let's say we even win the divisional round and go to the NFC Championship, and something happens where we shit the bed. It's still a fucking successful season.
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. Players
You
are going to want
muted
to come
yourself,
here.
or you turned your mic off, Neil.
Neil is,
I
Neil is
you know what
wild.
my example is why I think we can make a run. Look at the Cincinnati Bengals a couple years ago. Like we don't have Joe. We don't have those. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's a franchise that never really won
Yeah,
shit,
Jared fucking Goff, you're right.
and then they just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
took
Jared
off to the
Goff,
Super
bro.
Bowl. Who's the Sam? I mean, look, man, they caught lightning in a bottle. Why can't we catch lightning in a bottle? And
Right.
Just fucking
I'm not saying
roll
we
on to the
can't.
fucking game. You
And
know what I'm
here's the
saying?
thing: how often does the Super Bowl losers go back to the Super Bowl?
It's hard.
Not often. I've ever seen
Patriots haven't done it. They lost to the Giants. They didn't go the next year.
Nope.
They lost to the
Mahomes.
Giants again. They didn't go the next year.
At Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes lost.
Mhm.
Did he go that next year?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they lost to the Bucks and then
I
they went
think the
back.
only reason why they gave up that Super Bowl was because
No,
Andy
no.
Reid's
But
son.
here's
No,
the
they
thing,
didn't.
though. But
No,
here's
the
Andy
Rams
Reid's
won
son
it
got
that year.
caught.
The Rams,
built-
the Bengals and the
building
Rams
the
that year
team.
following the year the Chiefs lost.
But as like you guys
Yeah.
said, we're building the team for longevity here. So we should be able to,
Yes.
no matter what happens, even if we do lose, we should be in a rebuilding situation because we're not trading our picks away. So that's all a fallacy to us.
Exactly.
Right. I'm just saying the normal teams, like, look at the Super Bowl winners that the Philadelphia Eagles were. That was a young team, a young roster, and all their age was in the trenches.
Tom Brady
On both
did too,
sides.
by the way.
What are we right now?
Back.
Young.
A young
Yeah,
team. We're
We're young.
But wait, what I'm saying is they pulled it off. They won. Great. Fantastic. I'm just saying we could get there ahead of schedule. Because at that time, Philadelphia had been rebuilding ever since McNabb left.
And no, Andy Reid.
and Andy Reid both.
42. They don't even
The
rebuild.
Eagles won with Big
It
Dick
is
Nick.
42
Super
every
Bowl.
year.
And which
Big
gave
Dick
Carson
Nick.
Wentz PTSD because he should have been the MVP that year,
They
even
have
injured.
great people on the books over there. Let's just say that their financial team is
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Howie
Howard
is the
Roseman
go.
and all those guys,
Yeah.
and whoever their
They're
contract guy
they're
is.
the best. They're the best financial team in the game right now. Period. The way they retool their roster every year and just get players on discount and be able to put their players on their team with
You got to
even
put you
players.
got to put Sam Fran
Woo!
up there too.
Well, they got a
Yeah.
rookie quarterback, so that's different.
My Super Bowl picks this year is gonna be the Lions versus Chiefs.
Somebody said something about Lions Jaguars. I would like that because we played the Jaguars last year and we fucking smoked them. I think it'd be a better game this time if we
Oh, it'd
played
be a
a
better
game right
game.
now. Be a
I think
way better game.
I think against just teams like the Jaguars, like we match up well against teams like that. Like
Yeah.
like I'm not saying like this is athletic scrambling quarterbacks that make play off the fucking like normal beaten path. We struggle against because we try to
Unless
do
James Houston
we
in
try
there.
to we try to overdo it against them.
A la
And
Justin
You
Fields.
can even put it down to most above average quarterbacks. We piss down our leg.
Geno Smith.
Hey, did y'all see
So
the? Did y'all see
I think
the?
that's just a Seattle thing, Rumble.
The-
Honestly, bro, that's a Pete Carroll
Yeah,
thing.
Pete
Yeah, that's
Carroll.
Pete
Pete
Carroll.
Carroll
makes
owns the
Pete Carroll makes the whole Detroit
He's had us.
organization piss down their leg
Yeah,
every
he's
time we
had our
play
number
them.
for years, bro.
It's that time when I need to give a couple shout outs. Number one, did everybody see that thumbnail of that beautiful Lions helmet for this YouTube show
That
today?
beautiful black helmet.
That
Yeah.
is called the Cracked Ice. It is made by Dan Leonard Creations. He actually painted
Wow.
that mini helmet to look like that, where it looks like somebody walked on like black ice and it started to crack.
Shout out to Dan.
I'm
Wow.
getting one. So
That's
because
beautiful.
I shout him out all the time because he does great work. He also does breaks where it's almost like a raffle for you to win signed memorabilia. I've got a
Okay.
Tua Tunga Viola coming that I won. Even though, say what you want, Mr. Glass, his signature on that helmet is worth almost $300. Just like the other one I got in my room, which is Amon Ra.
Do you know Tua's real first name?
No.
It's like this. Dude, it's like this long. I seen
Oh,
a
yeah.
video of it today. It's like Tua. Da, 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 da. It's like Big V's first name.
It's just
Bro.
like, did you see that video? That guy, Benchwarmer Brand, that makes all the funny videos last year? They said, how'd you clear concussion protocol the first game? He goes, they made me spell my name. And he goes, Tunga Viola? He goes, oh, hell no. They asked me to spell Tua.
Hey, just call Tua Donnie. That's his middle name.
Yep.
Man.
Then you got McCorkle
Good deal,
Jones, who
boys.
probably won't be the quarterback there next year.
No,
But I have said this because they did it with Petrasha. Offensive assistant being hired next week is Josh McDaniels to the New England Patriots.
There
That's
you
the
go.
last.
Man.
That's the last time McCorkle Jones was relevant. He was
Yep.
on the roster.
That's his ceiling. I hate to say it, man. His ceiling is coordinator.
And he's a good
Great
coordinator. Like
That's it. Sometimes sometimes it's all
Sometimes
it is,
it's
man.
know your calling.
Ben Johnson.
He's tried.
Right, say
Right.
man.
Remember the stint in Denver? He was like, "Oh no, that's too much." Like he gave himself he stepped away from that.
And shout out to Gloss Negron, my window tinner. That's his number there on the screen. Give him a call. He can make your whip look like this Maserati right here. He's one of the best in Saginaw. He got the platinum votes. He won number one. He is the best window tinner in Saginaw. Give him a call. Check him out. And of course, my favorite sponsor, FTP. No, it's not the florist. Who is it, guys?
Fuck the Packers.
Amen. Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers. Yeah.
And I still love that this was the scene after he hit our medical trainer that was trying to look at our player on the field last year. Quay Walker goes in and does, he just looks so happy, crying all the way into
That was
the locker
hilarious.
What the fuck?
room.
Oh man.
That being said, I want to say thank you to everybody. Micro Mike, Denzel. God, there were so many. Main Event Mike, you guys were great. Thanks for being on. Lorenzo, Day Day, Keegan, Neil, and Sky, also known as Anthony. Go give them a follow on X or Twitter or what do you want to call it. I know when it first switched over to X on my phone after the update, I looked, I was like, when did Pornhub get on my phone?
Right, right.
That being said, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts within here. Much love to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Smoking Dad didn't make it tonight. I hope he's doing great. Thank you to Greg Rice, James Burgess, Will Vogel, King SJ, Patty Grimes, Hatter's House. You guys all piped in. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to do this. I don't do this because I'm trying to get glory. I'm trying to get famous. I'm doing this because it makes me happy to talk about Lions football, share what knowledge I have, give my insights when I can. And it is great to be here. And show number 350, guys.
Yes, sir.
350
Yeah.
shows.
350, man.
Hey,
How can
man.
we forget that, man?
Hey,
I
Jeremy,
started
it's been an honor.
Congratulations, Jeremy.
I
It's been
started
an honor
this
working with
channel
you, man. For real, man. Like
January
I got you on the last
29th
game.
of last year. January 29th, 350 shows in. Good
Man.
Lord.
Oh, fart.
My goodness, man.
That's an average of 3 shows a week if you do the weekly. But that's because I do 2 shows a week in the off season, and I do anywhere from 4 to 5, sometimes 6 shows a week during the week.
Yeah, you always with us on Brandon Sports, man. So hey,
Yeah. Hey, when
You way more-
you guys got me there, I'm there. What are we doing about your Pick'em show? You guys already did it. You did it last night, right, Neil?
who me?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do a pick'em show last night.
You didn't do a Pick'em show?
We got a show Sunday.
We
Got
gonna
show
do
Sunday
it
morning
Sunday.
still?
Yeah,
Are you guys
Yeah.
doing your season review and then do a Pick'em of the games coming up?
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna do. We'll figure something out, man. You already
All
know
right.
how we.
Yeah, we'll
Oh, we're
talk
doing.
about
I
it.
know we're at least gonna do a review. I don't know what else we're doing yet.
Yeah,
But I know
and
we're
then
doing a
we
review.
check
we
out
trying to
that
get the other.
300
We trying to get the other
C-class.
NFL show going, but you know,
Look how dope that
Coogee be
300
mad
C-class.
because the 49ers suck. So
That
shout
being
out to our
said,
boy Jay Reed too, man.
I had a Packers fan goes, "Oh, you guys ran against the Las Vegas Raiders. They got the worst pace defense." And I goes, "Oh yeah, how many yards did Aaron Jones run against them?" Oh, look,
Just-
32. Shut up.
Just ask him how many. Just ask him how many picks Jordan Love threw. That'll
That's
make him be
easy.
quiet.
I think he's got just as many picks as touchdowns now, don't he?
Oh my goodness.
It's close.
The one
turned it-
important one is the Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby.
Got him.
It said every kiss begins with
Oh.
K.
So now we've
Packers
got
fans
Apparently
is
every
irrelevant
interception
now,
above
man. I
goes
ain't worried
to-
about no Packers fan. You feel me?
No, but I just love when they try to talk crap and they say, "But
That's
we've
Detroit
had
Lions
30 years
care
of
about- worry
dominance with 2 quarterbacks." I said, "Yeah, now you're gonna have 30 years of shit with a dumb one."
Yeah.
That's Detroit Lions litter box over there, what I call Lambeau Field, man. Anybody worry about them? No.
Ford Field
Yeah,
North.
Ford Field North.
Thank you everybody for chiming in. You guys have a blessed evening, and we are